God's promises, as captured in the Bible, carry at least two connotations: a commitment to the present and a pledge to the future. To put it in layman's terms, God, out of His grace, bestows benefits to those who believe in Him. The scripture states, "Stand and bless the Lord your God from everlasting to everlasting. Blessed be your glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise. You have kept your promise, for you are righteous." Nehemiah 9:5-8. This passage allows us to bear witness to a profound truth. God is faithful to His promises, and His words will never fall to the ground. Today's verse is a promise and consolation given by God to His people after enduring wars and various hardships. A crucial phrase repeated twice in this scripture is, "You are my witnesses, my chosen servants." This is declared in verses 10 and 12. The Israelites, as God's chosen servants, should have been a beautiful testament to God. However, they often became a testament of failure. Hence the prophecy of a true servant who would rise to lead his people and testify about God Himself. Testimonies are familiar yet unfamiliar to many Christians. Familiar because we often hear about them in church. Unfamiliar because even after a decade or two of faith, articulating 3 to 5 personal testimonies might still be a challenge. God declares in today's scripture, "You are my witnesses." This applies not only to the Israelites of that time, but to all who believe in His name. This statement isn't an invitation, an arrangement, or a command. It simply affirms that the essence of a reborn Christian's life is a testimony. Good testimonies can strengthen many people's faith and serve as a powerful tool for spreading the gospel. Isaiah 43:21 says, "The people I formed for myself, that they may proclaim my praise." This indicates that testifying is primarily to glorify God and proclaim Christ's power and redemption. However, think about the testimonies we've heard before. They often revolve around healing from sickness, success in business, smooth travels, receiving a green card, successful pregnancy, and so forth. These are all wonderful testimonies, and we thank the Lord for them. But these testimonies often describe how the testifiers turned bad situations into good ones and enjoyed many benefits after believing in Jesus. They seldom mention the cross and God Himself. When I read the Bible, especially the testimonies of Isaiah and the other prophets, the testimonies of Jesus and His disciples, and even the Apostle Paul, they seem vastly different. Take Apostle Paul's testimony. From a life of comfort and wealth, he embarked on a life of hardship for the Lord. Although he was poor, he considered money as rubbish and learned to rely on the Lord in poverty. Once free, he ended up in prison for the Lord, losing his freedom. Yet in the middle of the night in prison, he could sing praises and continued his gospel ministry. Why are their testimonies so powerful? Because they were written with real tears and carried the weight of the cross. They are testimonies that shock us, that we admire, and that we strive to learn from.